everybody, and welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena, where we're here today to kick off the PEC Valorant season against Syracuse. A couple other games have already gone up against Syracuse this week. Rocket League, a close 3-2 victory, and my script says that we played Syracuse in Overwatch, but for some reason I don't have any memory of that game happening, but I don't really know anything about that. But we're going to Valorant today, and with some new roster changes and kind of a new season, what are you expecting to see this game, at least from Boise State?
Well, I think Boise State is really just looking to keep the games clean and just up to the base fundamentals of the game. You know, swinging in pairs, not taking these unwise fights, as some might be able to say.
Yeah, keeping it fundamental. Like when you got a new team, right? Like you kind of need to make sure you have everything figured out, at least from like a fundamental top-down level. And I mean, I was talking to some of the players on the team. Prestige told me, at least on from a 1 to 10 meter of vibes from scrims, he gave a 9.5 on the vibes. Apparently the team is feeling connected and they're feeling good, but that's only one side of the story. We need to get to know a little bit more about Syracuse. Syracuse is one of the great schools in the country, a powerhouse in academics, athletics, and it has one of the best campuses in the East. A name like that should be familiar to just about everyone, but the real question is, how well do the Boise State players actually know Syracuse? We put them to the test with a couple of simple questions, and let's just say the answers might surprise you.
First one should be easy.
Oh, that's Syracuse.
Yep, and where are they? So what would be like one of those big states?
California.
I know my schools. I don't know my geography.
Other than California.
Texas.
No, he's on the East Coast.
Other than Texas, we keep moving, keep pushing east.
Florida.
New York?
This is Syracuse in New York.
Stand here like this and see if that gives you
We're going to go in New York City.
There you go. Well, New York.
But New York.
Syracuse, and that is in New York, right?
Where in New York?
Oh.
Where is Syracuse located in New York?
How am I supposed to know this?
Where in New York?
New York. Okay, well, I know that's Syracuse, but where is Syracuse?
Where in New York is Syracuse?
Is it-
So you don't know where Syracuse is.
Not in New York, no.
Not Albany, is it?
You don't know where Syracuse is.
Oh, it might be in Syracuse.
Hey! You don't know where Syracuse is in New York.
Syracuse.
There you go.
They're probably from nowhere. They're not very good.
Oh, goodness. That didn't age super well, really. Well, I mean, they might not know exactly where Syracuse is, but they definitely know them on the server. They're making themselves known this year. They've put a lot of effort into this program, and it's going crazy so far. But we've got a lot of interesting matchups in Valorant instead of just Syracuse, because Syracuse, they're looking to bounce back. They lost one, and they're going to have to do it against Boise State, making their season debut. Michigan State and Kansas, both 1-0, are scoring off in an early heavyweight matchup that could shape the standings. Ohio State and Minnesota are meeting, with each program hunting for its first win, and Baylor is looking to stay perfect as they take on Nebraska, who's desperate to even the score after a tough opener. But with what we have in front of us, it's going to be an interesting game. Of course, we've got to see how each team is working through, because, of course, in college, there's always the ever-eternal problem of, you know, people get old, they graduate, they get smart, they get their degrees, and you got to bring in some fresh talent, fresh faces. Syracuse, one of my favorite players, Owen, is sadly no longer on the team, and I think it's going to be interesting to see at least how things are going so far. An interesting thing to note is I think Utah might have been the only team to lose 2-0, so maybe Boise State might try and be the second one here.
Yeah, a 2-0 start would be obviously very good.
Or not 2 games, but win their game 2 maps to 0. It seems like everybody, at least every game so far, each team has gotten 1.
Yeah, and that kind of just shows how good the conference is, at gauging the skill is very tight knit here, and everybody is at the same level.
For sure, and this is our lineup we've got today. We've got Skelesis, Skies, Master, Daimyo, Cause, and Prestige in that order on the screen. And it's interesting. We've got there was such an incredible turnout to the tryouts for Valorant. There's a lot more options and a lot more kind of variety in these compositions, and if the team truly, what they're telling me is correct, and they're at the point now where they're able to work through their ideas and talk, and they're not afraid to just say whatever they want to help the team out, like, that's already a good place to be in before the first game of the season's even started.
Yeah, and I want to say, back to what you were saying, it was about 12 people. It was a lot of players showing up for tryouts, and when you have that many, it means, well, first, all of the roles are going to be able to be filled on the team, which was a little bit of an issue in the previous semester. So having people just set on, this guy's going to play Omen, this guy's going to play Yoru, it's really nice to see. And when you have 12 people, that means you can kind of have 12 agents depending on, what people are thinking.
And Boise State as well has an advantage going into this one in that they haven't actually played a game yet. First week was the bye week. Syracuse already forced to show a little bit of their mojo, a little bit of their strats, and we've seen with that Sova Yoru composition, Pretz is getting some stuff done. They were able to win a pretty convincing Haven map against Michigan State, a historically pretty strong team, and it was kind of off the back of that kind of style, that double initiator.
Yeah, they were playing that double initiator with the Neon, which is just a very, very fast comp, especially on Haven. With those longer angles, it allows you to get just control of the space before the defenders are even able to think about contesting these angles. And it leads to advantages that you're not really used to if it catches you off guard.
Well, with a statement win like that Syracuse got, they're going to be wanting to go back and get it again. Haven might be their map, and Boise State, of course, knowing that, might try and go away from it. Even though historically, I feel like they've played quite a few Haven games. I feel like that's always been one of the maps I've seen them play the most.
Yeah, Haven is something that we've seen quite often here at Boise State, but I think as teams are realizing that Breach isn't maybe as good as he is in the meta, it changes up how teams are approaching the map, and it's going to lead to, if you see somebody who's already figured out what's going on without the Breach, you might want to go, let's give it another week.
Yeah, and with this current map pool as well, things are a little bit different. Of course, Abyss is back. People normally don't, it's been gone for a while, so there's still just kind of some difficulties there with some compositions, and especially if you like to run the Omen, it's not really very good on that map.
Yeah, Omen, he's a little bit lackluster on Abyss just because there's not very many good spots to hit your paranoia, and it punishes the enemy. And also just Astra as an alternative, you have the gravitational well, which is able to keep the post plant, and then you also have the Astral Divide, which the map tends to have a lot of the attackers playing post plant from one angle in these spammy locations, so having the Astral Divide just absolutely crushes.
One thing I like about this job is I feel like I can make stakes where there might not necessarily be any, and I feel like I can make almost any game a must win, at least academically. And for Syracuse, I think you gotta show that you're good on this one. You gotta get a nice win here, because going down 0-2 at the start of the season, a lot of the time that can send you into a free fall. And if Boise State are able to win this one, especially with the vibes already this high, if the vibes are there and the results are there, that's a dangerous combination. But if Boise State lose, maybe they have to go back to the drawing board, figure out some different things. So this one, the stakes are high. It's an important match.
Yeah, I think something that's always talked about is the momentum, and that carries out of games as well. If you are consistently just winning games, and then you just feel on top of the world, and it makes the team play better for some reason.
It makes everything feel more fun, in your life. If you win a game, you walk home, maybe you're taking the bus, you're yeah, you get on the game later to practice, you're okay, I feel good. But if you lose, sometimes it can genuinely make doubt and stuff like that kind of creep into your mind if the results aren't there. So early season's an important time to make sure all that stuff is straight.
Yeah, and I also, it goes the other way, right? With Syracuse, if you lose to, it's what you were talking about, where maybe you don't feel motivated to continue, And
Well,
I mean, that's a silly way to put it.
Yeah, just not necessarily that, but just like when you're playing, like you just have a bit more doubt of like, well, like if I'm not getting the results right, like something clearly must be wrong, and it's good to feel like you got to keep going, but it seems like we're having just a little bit of issue getting into the lobby, so we're gonna go to a quick break, but we'll be right back with all of the action here.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. Is finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great? Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
It's me, your Idaho Central Credit Union app. Rough morning. Is that a mobile deposit? I got this. Beat it, Charlie. We're making money moves here. Cha-ching. And done.
Charlie, come on, outside.
Sorry about the mess. I'd help if I had hands. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You've got it.
And back on again. Ow, 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 ow. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Let me show you what I got.
With the Dairy West Fueling Station, we really wanted to create a place that our players could come and be fueled and hydrated in a healthy way, fuel their minds, fuel their bodies so they can compete at the highest level. Dairy West has really allowed us to do that, and we're excited to see what this space turns into. This is only phase one. There's many iterations to come. It's truly unique in college esports, and we're excited to see how that continues to evolve. We're really thankful for Dairy West's support and look forward to continue working with them.
Let me show you what I got.
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app. I know this car got you through college, but check this out. In my credit, your credit score looks good. And there's a great rate on this auto loan so we can score a roomier ride. Whoa, who's driving this thing? The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena, where we're getting into gear for the first game of the PEC season against Syracuse here in Valorant. And we've got word that the first map is actually going to be on Corrode, so Syracuse, at least for the time being, won't be on their signature Haven map pick. And I know I alluded to it earlier, but it's actually going to be Cause's first game, at least in PEC, on the starting lineup. And I was talking to you about this, like, how do you think that this is going to just change things, at least roles-wise, for Boise State?
Well, Cause plays the controller role, which is kind of what we were missing. And going into Corrode, a lot of the team comps that people like to play are either you're really fast pushing mid or you're playing a slow double controller comp. So having Cause on controller would help out with that.
Really, well, yeah, it gives you just kind of the opportunity to be able to play that if you weren't before. And it looks like we're actually going to go on to Abyss. It was Boise's pick. Maybe knowing that Syracuse looked a little weak, they watched some film and they're willing to go there. And if it comes down to it, it's going to get decided all on Bind. An interesting lineup of 3 maps. It's, if you haven't watched in a while, if you haven't watched since the last season, I mean, you're going to get to see some fresh stuff. Corrode and Abyss, both, I mean, not new in the game, but like new-ish to this competition at least.
They're newer maps, and also they're very unique in how you play them. The control of mid is really important on these larger maps. So I think we're going to see some mind games going on as the attackers try and figure out, or where they're going to hit.
This could be an interesting thing to note as well, is these kind of newer maps might kind of benefit teams that haven't been together for a while, just because teams that have been together for 3 or 4 years, like, yeah, like we worked on Ascent way back then, like we don't need to work on it, like we know what we do on that map, right? But if you're starting just kind of from zero fresh with everybody, then I mean, you've got to work through that again with every map, and it might even be an advantage to some of these newer teams.
Yeah, or at least it definitely takes away the advantage of being an older team, because like you're playing on Corrode, everybody's starting from the same very beginning. So it helps out a lot, and it means you're going to see a lot of new ideas on this map, and a lot of, like, people are still trying to figure out what's going on Corrode.
Yeah, and that means if you think you're ready and you want to go for it, I mean, you could kind of have a secret little pick that can't really be matched. Like, if you're the best Corrode team, like, that's even better than being the best Ascent team, just because that's probably even, like, wider of a gap between you and the next best.
Yeah, and it means people are going to have to throw away a ban on Corrode because, I mean, you're just they just have to.
Corrode, yeah.
And that's a little bit silly.
Especially, yeah. I mean, I think I'm interested to see how these teams decide to play it, like you said, because Corrode is definitely one of those maps where it's not really everyone does the same thing. Every game is like slow default, like a bind or something like that. Like, you could really see some variety, and that leads to some wacky games, chaos happening. And I think if you want to look out for someone on the Syracuse roster, look out for Pretz.
Yeah,
he was in form in that Michigan State game. He was getting multi-kills, getting entries, playing well, and if he can keep that up, I think, I mean, it could spell disaster.
And Corrode, maybe the map was named after the state of the walls, because a lot of them are wall bangable. And as a scan initiator, that gives you a lot of opportunity to just wall bang people off of that fade haunt, off that Sova recon bolt. So,
and yeah, some of these crazy like tactics like that, they might only work one time. But one time might be all you need. Might be all that you need. So if you can get one round off pinging all 5 enemies through a wall, like, we'll take it, man. I don't care if it never works again. That's a round in the pocket, and this is where you can pull a lot of that stuff, because you've got people, you got coaches, even the players watching back the film. They're gonna know what you want to do soon.
And here is almost exactly what we were talking about, how it can be a fast comp. Yoru Waylay is really just run it down. And then with that Viper as well, they have the option to play both the slow way or the fast way.
For the observers at home, the Waylay player for Boise State, I'm going to refer to him as Skies, because that has been his name traditionally. And that is just what I'm going to refer to him as. And he's been really liking the Waylay. Waylay went from like straight up like a joke pick to like a solid, good character that you can play in a team. And Skies, if you look at his ranked, I mean he just plays a lot of Waylay, so he's ready.
Yeah, I think the Waylay being good was there was this one patch where they buffed her and they just made her cast time on every ability twice as fast. Like she was incredibly terrible. And now it's like if you hit the saturate on somebody, it's just plus 250 credits deposited into your bank account.
Yeah, and I think that's a win for all of us because Waylay's fun to watch, at least like up there with Neon and Yoru and just pure chaos factor. And we're going to get right into this one. Corrode is going to be the site of our first square off of the PEC season between Boise State and Syracuse. Syracuse looking to get one back from their loss last week, and Boise State looking to start things strong here.
I think what's really interesting about these comps is how, yes, there's different characters, but the ideas are very similar as to what they can do.
Things are going to get started here. A site looking like the site of affection so far from Syracuse. Only one player from Boise State actually there, able to stop anything. It's Daimyo on the jump spot. Gets a little contact and tries to run out. He's getting chased down by the Waylay, but doesn't get anything. Two, though. Pretz and Monster taking down the ghost from Master and Skies through the smoke, and that's the spike down. Oh no, Syracuse has to go in and get that. Jono only half HP and Drago's even lower. Daimyo can just face hold this smoke, and Syracuse are really in for some trouble here.
They pop out the smoke, trying to recover the spike, but Daimyo's ready for it, jumping in and double right click.
Takes it down, flawless pistol round from Boise State.
And you'll notice, as we were going through that round, Boise State, no one's alone on an angle. Even here, Daimyo's holding, but it's a high-low. That smoke disrupts it, and then immediately we are going into the smoke to play together. That's the fundamentals that we were talking about, that we're expecting to see here.
I mean, when you play like that, the round is essentially unwinnable for Syracuse, and you want, I mean, when you cross your T's and dot your I's like that, that's the stuff we want to see from Boise State in every round. Now Syracuse forced to split up a little bit more with these weaker weapons and try and challenge this mid. Master, a deep angle that was going to force them into Skelesis. Ares waiting, and once again,
that wall bang.
Two right off spawn through a smoke. It's like deja vu of last round, and Syracuse once again left scrambling.
That really is just the value. Look at more wall bangs.
Just a little bit behind. Daimyo
with the
headshot through the smoke. And now only two left, have to be funneled directly into Master. Jono is not even quick enough. Another flawless. Syracuse have not taken any credits away so far from Boise State.
Oh my goodness. And trying to fight against an outlaw like that, I mean, there's just not much you can do when you don't have the heavy shields. I think we're seeing kind of what we were talking about there, where the initiator is able to just scan and just farm kills. It only needs to work once, like we were saying.
Syracuse now at least have the chance to be on equal footing. Rifles committed, and they're going to have to contend with the Yoru here. Master is peeking out, just tanks the knife. Actually,
gets the collateral.
Headshot collateral from Master once again. Pretz out of the round before it's even started.
He smells him through the smoke, but narrowly misses.
The aroma was a few feet behind. Master not able to track it, and in spawn, Skellis says, how have you even gotten in this position? Master cannot be tested. One more!
Oh, what a shot!
4 for Master on the buy. Headshots almost heat-seeking, and Syracuse are scrambling now. No money left in the bank.
Oh, who even needs a Vandal at this point?
That shot onto the... Oh, man.
Oh, that is wicked business.
If it's a body shot, Jono can probably win that, but no way, Master.
And he was solo holding the site, too.
That's true. It was just him.
And he had no abilities. That was just a raw display of mechanical prowess.
Wow. Oh,
The
and then they
waylay
go
dash
set
out.
play Master and Skies, but Drago, hold on. Don't disrespect him quite like that. Too quick, and that's rifles gained, and A-Site is open, but look at this mid. Doesn't even find anything. Stomp! Wow, 2 Sheriff 2Ks for members of Syracuse.
And it's all down to the rookie.
Getting a little warmed up, but let's see what the rookie can do here. Cause 1v5 and a Spectre to his name is not what you want to see, but I see an angle here. Look at Stomp's HP.
One kill here is highway robbery.
Oh, but the wall ends up almost hurting him. Omen behind him looks like he's about to go through the smoke, but the timing's still a little lucky.
And we're able to get into the connector.
I think he's been spotted, though. Yeah, everybody's moving like they know exactly where he is. 1v5, what do you have? And it's not enough. Viper versus Viper battle goes the way of Drago and Syracuse. A thrifty's what they needed, and now they can't quite be written off as fast as it was looking.
And what really went south there was Syracuse's KO. It counters those hard pushes because, you know, the KO knife comes out and everybody's suppressed, and now you're just sitting there like, what do we do? I'm supposed to be, you know, 10 yards ahead of where I am.
Yeah, like, you want to use that util to make the fight unfair, but when the util's down, now you're the one in an unfair fight. A little bit backwards of perhaps the way you thought. But Master, look at this. Operator now on the angle. They know no one is walking up B. They're free to scale up mid, but can't really go through that smoke. They don't quite know where anyone was, and they choose to just give A-Site. Boise State fully committed towards this mid, but Syracuse not really believing something like that is even possible. They've left the spike. But Stomp and Skies, ooh, Stomp, quick kill trade from Skies, not quite
narrowly
there.
gets out.
Stomp escapes with 3 HP, and now it's a reset. Has to try and get that bomb, though. This is going to be an important fight right here.
And he hits the shot. Daimyo, well played.
And with that, though, they can hold Kaz and Daimyo. They're going to have to hold this. It's going to be a 4v2. Daimyo looking to take an early, aggressive peek. Goes through 1-2. 2 is insane, but Kaz tries for the trade and isn't quite there. Master, Operator now in hand, has to contend with 2 Syracuse players in the 1v1, but only 30 seconds here to get this spike planted.
Information is on Master's side. He knows the general location of where they're going to be. It's just that the op is only good for holding space, and hold it, he does!
1v1. Flash goes through, and that hits Jono. Forced to respect it. 20 seconds. Jono doesn't have time to go anywhere else. It has to be here, and Master's holding it perfectly. 1v2. A clutch from Master played to perfection. And that is what you want to see. Despite the mistakes, they've got the talent.
And, I mean, the real,
Last player standing.
thing about that was once Master hits his first shot, he realizes Waylay has no util. The character is useless after the first engage. So he can just sit there and wait for them to walk into his crosshair.
Not shocking to see a timeout after that one. I mean, a clutch like that, man, that's especially that early. If they had lost that round, you're now 3-2, and what you did to them in the first couple rounds almost gets lost to history in a way, but able to keep that advantage through a nice play. Not normally who you even see on op. It's normally Skies on the op as well, but Master showing some prowess there.
And I want to just like look at the way that Boise State set up the round, because we put an op on B site, played 4 mid, and then just gave A. And I think the idea was they've been burning the KO knife in a flashpoint every single round at the start. So just let them burn it.
Let them use all their
Let them use their util, and let's just get ourselves a free retake.
It would have been interesting, though, if they had brought the spike.
Yeah, because then they would have had...
It would have had to have been a 1 versus 2 retake with the op, which is a lot different than being able to hold the site with time on your side. A little bit of maybe of a mental mistake from Syracuse that could work to cost them in the end.
And it looks like Syracuse isn't too sure. Oh no, it's still paused. Technical issues. Okay. I was.
What is this setup? I've never seen something like this before.
It was quite preposterous.
But yeah, pause still coming through, and I mean, so far Boise State. If you had told me they had been playing for like years with this exact roster, I'd be like, yeah, checks out, looks
yeah,
like
this
it.
is, everybody knows what they're doing as well.
It's difficult. You never know when people tell you like the vibes are a 9.5. It's like, whoa.
Do you know what a 9.5 is?
Yeah, like
but
we're at like Disney World, like come on, like every scrim. But I mean,
does seem like it.
You can see on the cameras they're laughing, having a good time, and that's kind of like the intangibles, man. When you got those, like it's like the impact can't be understated.
Yeah, when you have just like the X factor of everybody enjoying the game as well, it adds something. We can't describe it. You just have to know.
Yeah, it just feels good, and especially when you're comfortable communicating, that's the best. Because sometimes it's everyone kind of has those experiences where like you're maybe in a group of people you don't really know, and like you don't even if you have something to say, you're like, nah, you don't really want to talk. But when everyone's locked in hive mind mode, you can say whatever you want. Like I said, that's a good place to be in game one, and it's showing in dividends so far.
Our team seems to have the Neuralink on lock.
The Discord call, like, it's controlling their brain and making them.
Coach Case facilitating perfect gameplay here.
I like this. Yeah, this is a good look so far. First game.
Yeah, it's a real strong opening, which is kind of what we were worried about.
Again, like even look at this, like everyone's stacked in the smoke,
yes,
ready to go.
It was on go. Like the second that smoke went down, Master's just already routing into it.
And but one thing that's also interesting as well is the guy I was shouting out, Pretz. The first 3 rounds he died through a smoke, and those were the 3 rounds that weren't even close. And then the rounds where he doesn't instantly die through a smoke, it's like, okay, we got a chance here. Like, take some heroics from Master. But hopefully they can get into a bit of a groove. So far, just been kind of stuffed. Like when you get the site for free, and you still can't make it work, it's just tough. Something needs to get reworked, and I guess we'll see how the timeout benefited them.
Yeah, and I think an option they haven't explored is they're throwing this default Viper wall that cuts off
kind of their own mid.
Yeah, but the idea is that you're able to take the top mid space, and then you can pivot into B site, because it's really hard to push that normally, right?
Yeah.
But they're not even using it right now. It's kind of like their ace up their sleeve,
but
maybe.
Boise State is contesting mid so hard that
it's kind of hard
almost
to.
impossible. Like you almost just have to give it up. But I think if they had brought the bomb, if they had brought the spike, last round would have been totally different. I think they're maybe in their own head a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think so. And I know you're saying Boise State is holding mid down hard, but you got to remember they have the null command. They can just throw it at a wall and shut them down.
But we've got Idaho Air National Guard. What if you could pursue college or your dream career while serving your country and getting amazing benefits? Just 1 weekend a month, 8 months out of the year, you'll get tuition assistance, signing bonuses, health care, 0 down home loans, and high-tech job training, all while keeping your civilian life, job, and goals right here in Idaho. Whether you're studying, working, or building your future, the Guard enhances it all while giving you leadership skills and lifelong connections. Ready to have it all? The Idaho Air National Guard is your pathway to education, career success, and purpose. Now, getting the kinks of the early season kind of out of the way. Things, of course, are always difficult when you've got to get a bunch of people in the same room all on computers. You never know what's going to happen. Apparently, there's been some issues with people getting kicked out of their accounts, I've heard. I don't think that's necessarily happening here, but just that's the kind of stuff that you always got to deal with in situations like this. So, it might give a little bit of time to just kind of mentally reset as well. Of course, it's always tough to if you're Syracuse in this game, you've got to feel like you almost haven't even really had too much of a chance yet, at least for the first couple. Last round, they had a chance. But those first few, it's like just through the smoke, like, what do I even do, man? But, yeah, I think maybe they just need to just take a minute, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, think about what space they want to contest and, like, really focus on that. Like, if you want to fight mid, like, go for it. Like, it's time to, like, maybe punch Boise State in the mouth a little bit. Like, not too hard.
No, thank you. But
some of these guys are my friends, but in game.
Yeah, I mean, they called a timeout, and then they're getting the PC crash timeout as well.
The mental timeout. I don't know if they're allowed to talk.
Yeah, they're not allowed to.
They're at least getting the mental
talk
timeout.
game, but yeah, the mental timeout it is important because the feeling of losing that round is not a good one.
Yeah,
so
and another important
having
thing
it clear.
is we talked about Cause, of course, it's their first PEC like starting game, and there's a few of those as well for Syracuse. A few players, of course, it's their first game as well. So those nerves, they're kind of hard to describe almost in a way. Like, even if you're confident in yourself, there's just something about like, oh man, like it's a game now. You can't help but get like a little nervous, like just a little. So
yeah,
that goes away with time and practice, of course, and I'm sure the vibes being high also helped that. So
yeah, it's very easy to get into your own head because you've been practicing for like a month now.
Yeah,
and you feel like if you lose the game, maybe you're off the team, even though there's no one to replace you.
yeah,
but
yeah, like that. Those are just the kind of things that go through your head. The doubt starts to creep in. So hopefully they can keep focused on the game.
Yeah, I want to see what they're doing with that mid wall because it seems like a good idea when I'm running it through my head, but
they just have to play for it.
They just have to show me the execution, yeah, or just wait out utility because I think that's something that they haven't really been doing. Syracuse hasn't been trying to bait out any of Boise State's utility. They've kind of just been accepting that Boise State has utility. Let's just try and make it through it. Here's Master on the op.
That jumped right in, and it looks like, according to the map, someone has already paid the price for finding out where Master is located. Rest of the team now looking to cut towards mid, and Drago is actually not in a bad spot. Crept up due to the smoke, and Skies didn't catch it. Able to get one, but Skelis is so fast on the trade, kind of evens things out right away.
And the
2 on A side now. Jono catches Master with the op and in backside. Skelis with the classic, gets it. Out of ammo, had to use the pistol, gets it off, and now Nightfall utilized. Doesn't quite catch anything though, did it? I don't think it caught anyone.
There was no pings from that Nightfall.
Syracuse might have a chance to creep in. Peeked, Pretz gets it, but wow, quick shot from Skelis. Insane reaction now onto Stomp, who is getting flanked. Skies is on the way, but so low HP. Ultimate comes through. Stomp hits it and onto A-site. This is an interesting look. Stomp is going to get it down before anyone has a chance. Running so fast through the wall, though. Skelis a little high, doesn't quite catch it. Stomp gets the util off and now has time to reset here.
Skies still has the dash up. An important ability to draw the crosshair.
Oh, but
makes
Stomp
it 1v2 very hard.
Wants
He's
to take an early
up,
fight. Might catch
looking for it
with nothing in hand, but now looks away. Timing so bad.
And he barely misses him. Skelis.
I think Skelis just saw the Omen's cloak, maybe. Jump peeks, doesn't see anything. Smoke comes through. Skies is past it. Shots coming through. Stomp located. Headshot, 13 HP. Skies off. Gets some shots. Peek and hits the shot. Headshot takes down Stomp. And had to play that so perfectly, just manages to get it, and another heartbreaker for Syracuse.
It seemed to me like they were trying to work the mid there.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see the setup, but it does seem like they're realizing they have more options. I'm wondering what happened before the round started,
Yeah, it looked like Master posted up deep with that operator, was able to catch a kill, and that kind of just changed the way that Syracuse had to play. They wanted to try and go for a bit of a mid lurk, but it ended up having to go on the shoulders of Stomp. Dimensional drift utilized as well. That's no good, and Stomp already eviscerated. Daimyo wins the Omen duel down mid, and that's now a very important character taking out no utility as well. And Syracuse, look, they're already bottled in, trapped, nowhere to go.
Master just holding that sight line, but the Viper wall comes up, and now
looking to
we're
get
getting
active
a little concerned on what's happening in mid.
Fight looks like it's bound to happen. Everyone's stacking up. Skelis gets dashed on, but luckily Prowler kind of buys some space. Doesn't want to go in all the way. Pretz stuck in the corner, is getting sprayed down, but Daimyo is the one who finds everything. 3 so far on the round. 30 HP left though. Fight goes the way of Skies down A main, and now it's just Monster. Gap in the smoke lets him get one, but it's still a 1v4, and he gets ran down for a 6-1 Bronco lead.
Now, looking at the ult economy, Syracuse can start to think about maybe a couple of plays that are going to come up here. The KO ult is very good for these faster pushes, which Waylay can facilitate. And then once you have the site, just drop Viper Pit. Give yourself a round. Then,
yeah,
I mean,
you're at the point now where you just need to get something, get the economy rolling, even if it costs all your stuff, even if it costs every ult you have, the Hunter's Fury as well. It might just be important to get it there. There it goes. No command out, but Master already shuts it down. It's
luckily,
potentially
it's a fake death for them.
Able to be rezzed, but the spray coming through. It's going to be 5-on-5 into the B site. Jono gets one. Drago, another Monster, takes down Master. Skies the only one able to trade, but Stomp hounds him down, gets his position backside and onto the rookie. Cause gets one. 1v3. All positions noted, and that's 2. Hold on now. 1 versus 2 in a good heaven position, but he has to play it slow. Syracuse knows that they can't afford to give him any more chances.
Syracuse thinking about the 2 possible spots he can be, but Koss has their locations downloaded. Time has passed, so maybe the download is a bit off.
And there he goes. Orb out, gives him a window. On to Stomp, headshot, but does he know about the second? This is important. Cause peeking, doesn't look like he knows that Jono is right. There he hits the shot! That has to be the unbottled play of the game. 1 versus 4 and the defuse. The rookie showing his stuff.
Oh my. And
that's what you want to see. That
is...
If you had nerves before that, the nerves are gone.
The nerves are completely gone. Syracuse just gave him the opportunity.
Truly, I mean, yeah, that was tough. I mean, what a play from Cause, but Syracuse had so many chances to get that, and even... Did you see that Jono even died with the Convergent Paths online, the Waylay ultimate? It even could have been used off the tap, and already Skies is in! Gets the first, and Pretz trades it out. But not without taking pretty much all of his health and damage before that. So essentially 1 for like 1.5. Syracuse wants to speed it up. Out goes. The Saturate doesn't get anything though, and Jono immediately eliminated by the Odin. Skelesis falls back into the smoke and now can wait for the rest of the team to all get here.
Skelesis just waiting for the team, getting that Prowler ready. Does not find anybody though. Clearing a lot of the space here. Master's getting the information on everybody's location.
Dimensional Drift is so valuable. He's just saying, spray right here, right on me, and out he goes. Backside Master wants to get it, but it's only Pretz is alive, and with that health, not much to be done. Boise State on such a great retake only had to use the Dimensional Drift for that one. I mean, that's a steal, that's a bargain.
Syracuse might be a little stingy with their ults right now.
Yeah.
I understand.
They've had the Viper's Pit online for like 3 retakes now.
I understand not using it in this situation. 1, because he's dead, but even if the Viper was alive, Dimensional Drift might be the only thing that kind of counters it. So it's understandable why they weren't popping it there, but I mean, in the previous round, you were talking about the Convergent Paths. They just need to press their buttons. Daimyo's looking for the early fight.
There goes the util noted, but he's feeling it. He wants to take the fight, catches an arm, and maybe realizes he's in for a bit more than he wanted, but has time to get the smoke and still possibly can have the paranoia in hand. Wants to just play up into it. Maybe thinking that they're going to go out, and he might be right. Stomp's paranoia is in hand. He's ready, lining it up. Maybe wants to play with Jono, but instead they're going to play it slow, look for some fights, and that might not be good. Convergent Paths comes through. Here comes all the utility paranoia used, but Flashpoint actually stalls out their push for a little, as well as the snake bite makes it so they can't pursue, but in they go, and out they go. Skies and Daimyo set up and now running in, knife out, and he gets it.
The knife for a full house.
Oh, man. I mean, what can you do there? Syracuse used all their utility. They used Owl Drone, everything. Both flashpoints stalled. Snakebite, but still it doesn't matter because you have to take the fight at some point, and Boise State are not looking to lose those fights.
I was going to say Daimyo was playing very disciplined there. He realized it was their pistol round, running away, not holding in the smoke. You could tell he wanted to.
Yeah.
But you can very much tell when he pulled the knife out.
Like, okay, I think we earned a little silliness, and now they know he's there. They want to claim him. So much utility. Hunter's Fury, but he's just running away. Out he goes.
So gone.
Oh, but Skies gets caught instead. The pivot. Lucky to find one, and now this is a good, maybe the first advantage round Syracuse has had in forever, and they're going to get one more through the smoke. Drago on to Skelesis, but look who's on site still. Owl Drone, it's dodged. Daimyo and Master both not spotted. Oh, but they can't quite get the bullets to land, and Syracuse finally stopped the bleeding.
Last round in the half.
They used a lot of ults there. I think I saw what they were going for. Convergent pass to slow him, Hunter's Fury to kill him.
Yeah.
But it's a pricey price, and when it doesn't work out like that, it does.
It's a pricey price.
Okay.
I like that.
Point being, it's not the most consistent way to use your utility.
Yeah.
But it's a very clever idea.
If it hits, it's going to work, but he was lucky to be able to find that one on the Skies. Skelesis, ooh, gets pinged, but the spray's not even there. No one is quite ready for that, but Skies has to hold down against the mid push, and Drago finds it. Daimyo teleports right on out of there and lets Master get the trade back mid, and one more to boot. Pretz taken down, and there's Drago still set up deep mid, but now he's all alone, no one in support. But it looks like it's going to work out just fine as the A push looks to be coming through.
And as Syracuse is walking up onto A, they're unable to get control of Elbow, which is like an important part of the site. Daimyo narrowly misses the shot, but Master has the trade. On for an ace here.
3 kills and in a good spot. Ooh, how does he even get that?
That is highway robbery.
But Stomp can't be disrespected. Manages to dodge the eye, but Skelis is so aware. Still not enough. Stomp ready as well, and here it is again. Deja vu, I've seen a round just like this. Dimensional Drift comes through onto the B site, and once again, look who it is, the rookie. Looking to make their second clutch of the game, and might be a little sooner than they expect, but look how ready he is! Perfect crosshair placement. I mean, that's just incredible to expect that. That's just well played.
Yeah, he heard the teleport, it seems.
Really, really well this game.
Cause is in tune. Yet another clutch from him.
Stomp wanted to TP and like plant and then just go try and catch Cause off guard, but doesn't even look like that's possible.
There's no catching him off guard.
And now a very unfortunate half for the Orange. 10-2, and it's going to be difficult to try and rally this all the way. I mean, we've seen it's possible.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you're down 10-2, you at least know it's possible to win 10 on attack, but you're going to have to, or on defense, but you're going to have to work through it here.
And as we look at Boise State's setup, it's very different. Instead of having that Viper wall to get that mid space, it's just to try and get elbow. And this map is very similar to Sunset in that having elbow is kind of how you get the site.
Yeah. You kind of can't just ignore it. And they're going quick. Already a fight is brewing. Jono peeks, but Skies wraps her on the back and almost gets 2, but Stomp off angle now is going to let that A push do its work. Pretz with the Sheriff early, but he is unsupported for a second. Master might have a window, grabs the spike and just gets out. somehow a gap in the attention of Syracuse has let Master get this, and B-side is open. Syracuse is they're still holding like the spike is there. They don't know that it's not there. Master grabs it, gets the orb, and now they're going to have a chance to plant here in this 2v4.
2v4 on a pistol, so there's not much utility. It's
winnable.
It's very winnable for Boise State.
Look at the position that Skelesis has managed to get in. You would never expect a fade to be here, or maybe even look heaven at all. Master wants
looking for the early fight.
Can't quite get it. Little too synchronized there. We know it's going down. Splitting into twos is Syracuse. Each Boise State player probably going to have to be good for a little bit more than they are expected to. And Pretz showing his value right now with the Ghost. Gets 3 on the round, and I mean a round that the Orange needed to get, they've gotten now, and you can't write them off, like at least not yet.
Yeah, once you win that pistol, it's basically the same as a scoreboard saying 10-4.
Yeah.
And it really only takes a couple mistakes here from Boise State. But as we've seen, they've been playing pretty good Valorant so far. I mean, they're always together. There's always a plan that you can see. And it's hard to beat, and it's hard to beat consistently someone who's just making the round, you know, a hassle for you to even try and get any advantage on them.
Mix-up between Boise State and Syracuse seems to be that they like to hold A lot more than Boise State did. They would kind of just opt to play 1, but instead, Skies is going to kind of send a fake onto B, but no one really falls for it.
Yeah, he was looking for that free kill with the Bucky, but he's just not able to find it. And so now a Waylay with no utility in a Bucky is not exactly the spot you always want to be in. But remember, he has his teammates too. And as they walk up, creeping through mid, trying to dodge this Owl drone.
I don't think
it found no one.
Wow. Yeah, it didn't even clear Skelesis in that corner. So
and
now
Skies is walking up. Monster's in a close angle here against this Bucky. Could be a bit risky for him. Whoa! What a shot. And now the Spectre has turned to the side of Boise State.
Cause is going to get his hands on that if he can. It's kind of in a weird spot, but it's not being held yet. Cause manages to just grab it, and now things are a little uncomfortable. Look at where Stomp has gotten himself into. He's by himself, and the timing.
He's looking the wrong direction.
It's bad. The timing's no good. That's another gun. It looked like a stinger in his hand. Boise State can. Whoa, look at this flank!
Oh my goodness, how did we get there?
How did this even happen? All the way
with
through
the
mid.
Divio!
How did you even get here?
And Syracuse might not have heavy shield because people have stopped buying it.
Oh, but Pretz
with the stinger. He gets one shot. As I said, no
flank.
Heavy shield. The flank was just too perfect.
That was beautiful. Still, it's a chance, I guess, but whoa, that jiggle peek was insane. To Drago!
Oh,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
whoa!
What?
Jaws
Snake bite.
With the snake bite kill.
Yo, that was a roller coaster.
Oh my!
I can't believe Boise State won that easy. Wait. Oh, okay, never mind.
Really, you can't count anybody out ever.
But I mean, just as you said, you win the pistol, you think you're gonna win the next, but.
It just takes one Bucky.
That shot broke it all the way open, and then Stomp had too many angles to look at. It just got, the guns just got taken, and now that's the momentum pretty much killed for the Orange.
And Syracuse still with this heavy aggressive setup. And Master's already relaying the information to his team. He's like, guys, they're doing the same thing.
4 on A. But Boise State not looking like they really have all that information. Still want to slow it down and use that gun advantage for sure.
Yeah, having these rifles against the Stingers means let's just play our long angles, get ourselves a kill, and then move in.
Jump peek.
Oh, but we're ready for it. Sky's holding for the jump peek.
Okay.
The saturate, the dash.
Oh, through, and that's about as free as it gets. And the trade, Jono taking down Stomp is here though. Dimensional drift, they don't know. Stomp is through with the stinger, gets the first and out like a bandit, a thief in the night. Steals a kill and retreats back onto site. That was like a poem. But B-site has still been given over, and look how deep Skelesis is gonna push into spawn here. It might catch the rotate so unaware.
An important thing to note is that the rifle was not retrieved from Syracuse. They didn't go up and grab it.
Drago's close though, but only, it looks like a shorty in hand. Not gonna be super great. Out though, cleared a little bit of this back sight. I think they should be coming at someone's heaven. It logically makes sense. Then they're clearing, but look at that shot. One tap, and Skelis' chance at another.
The second time.
That heaven angle just too powerful. Boise State takes it down, and Syracuse now match point. They'd have to go through the gauntlet to win this one, and I guess you might as well use your timeout. Can't leave with it.
It seems like Heaven just gives the Boise State players some sort of power-up. First we saw Koss, now Skelis just, I mean, these shots are disgusting.
And it seems like Skelis has been getting into that spot for free. Like,
every single
since they've
time.
Been playing so many A, as soon as they're able to get on site and take down that one B player, Skelis is, because normally a character that doesn't have like a movement ability, you wouldn't even really expect them to be up there. You'd expect like an Omen or a Jet or something like that.
Yeah, like a Waylay.
Yeah, that would typically teleport or dash up there. But he could just walk around through spawn up the stairs and just sit up there as a fade, someone without that vertical mobility. And it's just hard to account for stuff like that. And
especially, it's clear that Boise State has found the weak link in their defense, in Syracuse's defense. So the timeout makes a lot of sense, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I mean, you
also,
can't
it's
leave
the last
with it.
round.
You can't leave with it. You gotta use
it's
it.
wrong to not use it. But I think it's especially like, even if it wasn't 12, this is the round to call it.
Yeah. They've got guns in their hands at least. And it looks like they've changed the setup a little bit, but opting to move the KO over to the B site and pretty much just play for the mid stack here. Boise State also looking to do something similar. Didn't even move the spike out of spawn, so that shows you about how fast they plan to move on this one. And whoa, Daimyo, this could be bad. Not quite quick enough, but Skies pays the price for Daimyo's jump peak. Flash comes through. Owl Drone is going to mark the decoy. Not going to quite fall for that one. And the reinforcements are just so deep here in mid. I don't know if Boise State are going to be able to get in here.
I think as Boise State realizes just how many people there are in mid, they're going to be able to start creeping up in these other parts of the map.
Oh, wait, that's really good. That
is a nice kill.
Because now Syracuse might have to send someone else from mid to go play somewhere else. Just because A site's completely open. I mean, yeah, look, Stomp now has to account for it, and that's one player that is not going to be available if the B site hit comes through fast. And footsteps heard. I mean, now they know no one's on site. They heard the Viper run all the way away and cause lurk kill onto Jono as well. B site is just given over. Dimensional Drift will confirm it.
And look, we're already running up to heaven.
2 this time. The squad is here. And oh, Daimyo, a little ambitious. Maybe thought it was smoked off, wasn't quite. Cause will be able to hold this site down at least for the time being, but through already. Oh, and that flash drive. Drago has so much space now, but Master taking Stomp, and Skelis not gonna let that get out of hand. 13-3, the Broncos are gonna take Corrode before we move on to Abyss to see if Syracuse can make their way back into this one.
I just want to say that entire map, we kind of saw what we were expecting there of clean gameplay where we're not doing anything crazy. And it shows in the stats.
Yeah, not shocking. Not a single player on Boise State's side below double digits in kills. I mean, the whole team, I mean, yeah, we heard they wanted to go into this game making sure. I mean, did you ever see someone die alone? Like on like a peak? Like, I haven't seen Boise State this disciplined in a long time. Normally you have a few gaffes, a few goofs, but this is looking pretty goof-free.
Yeah, it's looking like the kill assist survive trade ratio will be high.
Yeah, and I mean, we're gonna have to see what they adjust in map 2 going on to Abyss, a map that Syracuse did not win on last week, and we'll see all of that after a break here. So don't go anywhere.
It's me, your Idaho Central Credit Union app. Rough morning. Is that a mobile deposit? I got this. Beat it, Charlie. We're making money moves here. Cha-ching. And done.
Charlie, come on, outside.
Sorry about the mess. I'd help if I had hands. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You've got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Let me show you what I got.
With the Dairy West Fueling Station, we really wanted to create a place that our players could come and be fueled and hydrated in a healthy way, fuel their minds, fuel their bodies so they can compete at the highest level. Dairy West has really allowed us to do that, and we're excited to see what this space turns into. This is only phase one. There's many iterations to come. It's truly unique in college esports, and we're excited to see how that continues to evolve. We're really thankful for Dairy West's support and look forward to continue working with them.
Let me show you what I got.
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app. I know this car got you through college, but check this out. In my credit, your credit score looks good. And there's a great rate on this auto loan so we can score a roomier ride. Whoa, who's driving this thing? The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. Is finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great. Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena, where so far we're seeing a little bit of a Boise beatdown. 13-3 on Corrode, but we're moving now on to Abyss and potentially a different look for the Syracuse Orange, who struggled a bit on this first map. And we were looking at the stats, and you saw something that kind of stuck out to you. What was that, and how do you think that can affect these maps going forward?
So the main thing I saw was Jono, which was the guy playing Waylay for Syracuse. He had a 31 kill assist survive trade ratio. Basically, that means 31% of the time, like, he had a positive impact on the round. And what we're thinking is that's kind of the result of playing KO instead of Yoru, because Syracuse has.
Waylay?
I'm saying,
no, you mean
yeah,
KO
I'm in KO. So because they've been playing Yoru almost every single time, and so switching to KO is kind of a bold pick, because KO requires you to have specific lineups for like every spot, and there's just no way a lineup for every spot your Waylay is going to dash to.
Well, Yeah, and not only that, or even if he had a lineup every time, it's just the fact that it seems like that was the first time they tried to bring something like that out.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe if you're like off your comfort pick, you don't have that kind of coordination that you're really, really looking for. So moving on to Abyss, I would not be surprised to see them go back to
I think Yoru is going to be played.
Yeah.
Because it just makes sense. There's a lot of good spots for Waylay on this map because there's a lot of cover to dash to. There's a lot of places. There's like a lot of just choke points to throw the saturate. But it's like they've practiced the Yoru.
Yeah.
It's clear that the Yoru is the comfort pick.
Yeah, and sometimes that can be difficult because especially when you're in a team, they're telling you like, bro, like play the Yoru or play the Waylay, play the Waylay.
Trust me, Waylay's good here.
No, but I mean, hopefully they're able to get things together, and it looks like our team at least has been following Doc's keys to the game thus far. In Valorant, you need to click heads, go Buckies, and see what happens. We saw a round win because of that. You got to diminish their econ and loot. I mean, they'd never even really had a chance to get it up, and spend and peek wisely, which we saw a lot of. And Doc's keys to the game are brought to you by Blue Ribbon Painting. With over 90 years of combined experience, they're proud to be Boise's go-to team of local, multi-generational painters who know how to level up your home. Visit blueribbonpainting.net.
But I do think we are following Doc's keys to the game here because on those rounds where Syracuse was bad on economy, we weren't giving them rifles. We were playing back, and then we were even grabbing the ult orbs because they just can't contest them. And so I think that really shows this is disciplined, like just fundamental Valorant, no funny business.
Yeah, I don't want to like out myself as like a hater. You know, I'm not necessarily a hater, but one thing I remembered like I felt like I saw last year was, you know, like there are the teams that are always the ones getting the clutches, and there's always the teams that are like somehow being clutched against. And I always like was like, yeah, like I feel like Boise State's kind of the latter. Like I feel like they're always the one getting clutched against. But like I was shocked seeing the scoreboard and seeing that like he wasn't at the top because it seemed like every play, every time he's in a clutch, you're like, yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, I mean,
and like that's like a factor that already, like if Boise State can like get that under control, which it seems like they're doing thus far, like having that player that you can go to, that's like, yeah, it's okay. We got him in the back. Like,
to me, Kaz like seems like kind of the anchor.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the round like just looks absolutely desperate, and then it causes here, so it's not.
And that's so impressive for like a quote unquote rookie too. Obviously, he's like an
played the
insane
game.
player, yes. But like to be able to come in and like you to be looked to as like the rock, like the angle, like hey, if everything's bad, yeah, you can 1v4 that.
And he's also a role player. He's not playing duelist. Like he's not on Waylay out of utility. He's still providing these Viper walls and able to delay these pushes for a good 10 to 15 seconds every time. And
that's something as well that it's kind of hard to almost like explain how valuable that is. Is like there are people that you're okay with taking a first fight and losing. Like yeah, that's part of the plan. Like, you know, sometimes our Waylay doesn't get the first frag, but having a controller that isn't like dying first is always so important. It's always such a nice thing to have. So we'd like to thank you to ICCU as well for their continued support of Boise State esports. Thanks to ICCU, Boise State esports has won multiple national championships and piled up more than 1,500 wins. ICCU, looking after your daily balance. Visit iccu.com.
yeah, just as important as it is to have that anchor player, it's also important to have your money in a good spot, right? But I mean, I'm shocked in the good way about Kaz.
Yeah. One thing, I don't know if this is like an adage that a lot of people say, but I think when you're playing good Valorant, rounds often come in pairs, you know, because you win this one, they're out of eco, you should win the next one. And that's just kind of how it felt, you know. It never really felt like Syracuse had really had too much of a chance to get in it because they were they weren't able to stack up that loot. And Abyss, again, does look like they're going to go away from the Waylay. But Stomp, who was on Omen last map, is now on the Yoru. A bit of a role change, and things are always liable to get interesting on Abyss. Or, yeah, we're going to have to see who's able to win this one. A potential 2-0 for Boise State, who looked strong in the first map, or Syracuse dropping down, losing both of their first PEC games if they're not able to take home this Abyss match.
I think one thing we might want to look at was the draft for this game, because Vise on Abyss is kind of broken, if I'm being honest, because you have to go through this choke point, and then there's just a guy who says, one at a time.
Yeah.
And when you're playing...
Okay, guys, calm down.
When you're playing Waylay Yoru, though, 2 people on your team can just bypass it.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of interesting to see, like, this Vise might not be as strong of a pick as it usually is, because, I mean, and the Omen, too.
There's so much counterplay to it.
There's so many ways to just ignore it.
Oh, wow. Fast already there. Stomp wants to take an angle, and wow. Claims one onto Master, and out he goes. TP back through. Pretz is watching. Koss down mid. The fight almost taken, and Skies gets the space. Not for free. Definitely takes a big chunk of damage, but that's sight gained.
And the plant is for danger. Skelesis
getting active.
Getting in a dangerous position. Walking up. Oh!
Little more forward than they thought. Now Drago takes 2. Cause fights back, though, but it's only him and Skies. Skies so low. Pretz can make that Sheriff Sing stomp. Takes an early fight. Skies wants to try and get something, distract for his teammate, and Cause is in a good position. Smoke falls first, not quite there, but Skies has a chance. Pretz, though, gonna take that, and the Orange get the first round.
And the top of the screen says 3 Syracuse players was alive, and if you just showed me that, you would think the round may have been played a little bit, like, strangely, but every single thing there was just a mechanical error. Like, the execute onto site was actually, it was very sound.
Yeah, yeah. It just seemed like those individual, like
like
to me,
pre-aiming the wrong spot.
Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication, because I think Skies thought that the player back site was able to kind of see towards stairs, so he had his crosshair placement set up for stairs, but they were ahead of it. So hopefully they can get stuff like that out of the way first round.
Looking to work mid here. Sheriff instead of that Bucky that we saw last time. Walking up with Waylay's teleport already placed down.
Jono
a lot of space made.
Falls back, though. Jono just gives all the space, wants to hold a little bit further, and that might be a good decision, though. But Master, look at that gate crash. It's set up in such a weird spot. Finally just fakes it. Jono was watching that. I was afraid he was going to hit it. I had to go silent. But it looks like now that they're up mid, though, they don't have really anywhere to go, because Jono is going to claim Skelesis with that Outlaw. But they trade his life for a bit of space, get in real close. Skies can't get it, though. The trade is there. Koss from main. Drago's a little bit low here. Daimyo still only a classic to work with, but it's 1 on site for Syracuse. If this kill can go their way, and the timing's good, Drago escapes out the back. Master has the angle and gets it, but Monster behind and Pretz in tow. Syracuse once again able to clean things up before it gets a little too far out of hand, but Boise State didn't look tactically out of that one, I wouldn't say.
I think one thing to just note is that utility was used at the start of the round, but Boise State has less of that refreshable utility. So as we got later in through that mid push, it did kind of cost them, even though, I mean, it's eco, like it's anti-eco round.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm getting at. It's something to keep in mind.
Longer,
the longer the round goes, the more likely Syracuse has the advantage in the ability economy.
Pre-aiming the dart, hits it, and Syracuse are hard mid. Lots of players there pushing up off the dart. They've got a lot of space, and Boise State hasn't really gotten anything, but this fight is so important. Owl drone out.
Oh, my!
He didn't know they were so close, and Skelesis is just going to get taken down for free, and Cause HP claimed as well. Now only a bullet to most weapons in the game, but they didn't at least have to give the rifle.
Yeah, Cause on 1 HP, but his gun still also,
shoots the same.
It shoots the same and still does 1 damage, or 150.
Gets the
That is
Vise
an interesting
wall out.
Vise wall.
Yeah, Clone really able to work off that, and Master's gotten so much space now, but that is a really good place from Stomp. If they don't know, the rest of the team might walk out and get destroyed. Stomp gets the first and manages to reposition, but Master now is the one in the weird spot. Both the Yorus just making things work, and Stomp decides to cut his wins there. Clone gets shot, and the rest of the team now has a way onto site. But look at this flank! And it goes, and Daimyo gets one! Can't get any more. Monster pretty much saves the round there with that kill, and Master wants to get active, gets in, util in hand, the trade, not there, but Cause can't quite get it. Syracuse, that's a bonus win, and a good start from them, not really what I expected to see.
Yeah, that is very, very good for Syracuse. Now, Daimyo, I mean, that flank was
that could have been big.
Like a very, very good win condition there. It just so happened to be that Thanos is on the other team.
It sucks when you're in those spots where it's like, oh man, like I could have gotten 4, you know, but it's difficult. Can't necessarily expect stuff like that all the time, and sometimes they just make a good play, and Monster just hits a crazy shot, a monster shot.
A monster shot, yeah.
And Syracuse is finally the ones with the money in their pockets. Pretz hits that dart out, and Master dodges the ping, and what a lineup! Was right on him, but instead gets claimed. I mean, the crosshair could not have been placed better.
The stinger just unfortunate it doesn't shoot that straight.
And the rest of the team now kind of bottlenecked out of the A site, especially with the support coming over. It's not any easier now than it was 15 seconds ago, but they want to go now. Skies dash up, blind, perfect. Paranoia lands, and there goes the saturate. In through, grabs the gun and actually gets out. That's perfect. That's more than you could possibly ask for. Flashes in the hands of Syracuse, want to go quick on this retake, and in goes Stomp. Quick angle, but look at Skelisis's shot. Perfect crosshair placement right on the head. Sheriff takes that Daimyo again, and there's a perfect thrifty. Just as Syracuse had the momentum, it gets stopped. The emergency brake gets pulled, and now Boise State are back in this one.
That Euroclone like gave him where he needs to put his crosshair.
Yeah, I like it.
Like, that's crazy.
Just
what
shot.
A nice shot. And it seems like Doc's correct about the Bucky. Just go it's giving us a round.
I mean, when you play around it like that, it's not just Bucky and ball, right?
Yes.
It's Bucky and Paranoia
and all of our setup, but it's more fun to say it's just the Bucky.
Stomp wants that angle, but doesn't actually really want it at all. Skies is going to claim him, take him out of the round already, and that's a Marshall noted back sight. Pretty much just disrespect that. In goes Skies. Paranoia again, but the smoke offers him a little respite. Dimensional Drift comes through and clears the rest of the site. The Master doesn't really want to get too ambitious, make too crazy of a play. Stairs is held. Crosshair placement's good. If Drago peeks, that's a perfect headshot. Once again, now down to a 3v5.
It's Master only on site here. They no longer have to worry about that Astral Divide, so everybody's able to just play off of site.
It's a save.
It seems that way.
Syracuse knowing that things aren't really looking up to an ideal retake.
Don't want to give any good ultimates over to the side of Boise State, which all of them are, so.
I mean, Astral Divide's got to be close as well.
Yeah, by now I'm sure it's coming up.
Boise State 2 straight now. I mean, this is almost kind of the reverse of what happened last map. We're going to have to see how the timelines split from each other here, if Boise State is able to keep this up, or if they'll pull a Syracuse from last map and not able to keep this win streak going. But Jono, hero operator now, is going to try and lock something down, chooses to play that aggressive A-site angle.
And I think the idea behind this op force is we're so close to ults, we can force this round. Master, nice shot onto the recon dart, making sure that no information is provided over to Syracuse.
They're stacking up on the weaker site. It's only Stomp, and it looks like a Bucky in hand as well. Dodges out on the Owl drone, though, is able to put himself in an interesting spot, and Sky's right into it! A perfect shot, and gate crash set up, lets him get out. Paranoia confuses things a little bit. Skelesis now, but he's going to get able to get the spike down. Drago can't really get an angle on this. Smoke is still in his face. But Syracuse, a good spot for a retake, a better spot than they've seen so far. Dimensional Drift. Stomp is going to note Master just standing out in the open here. And Daimyo, they know that Daimyo's peeking. Everything starts to go down. Master gets one, though, and it's just on to the operator. Jono jumps up and gets eliminated. All the info, but it's all for naught. And the operator even gets taken away. Insult to injury for the Orange.
The Astro really puts the control in controller. Once that divide comes down, everything just breaks loose here. Look how all these fights, they're so like awkward with how everybody has to fight because you just have to position forward or else you're leaving the team dry. And I mean, that's like a really good just showcase of Boise State's readiness to trade each other and how just every time when the utilities landed, we're just walking forward. Master looking for the shot. Unable to find it, though. But Skelesis has already gotten a pick and is creeping up A with the rest of the team.
And it is wide open. Door is open. No one's home. Valuables are out in plain sight. And Skies wants to take them, but Pretz, a wonderful shot on the dashing Waylay. Gun is, for all intents and purposes, unretrievable. But the Owl Drone, noting this, is going to see 2 go up. And this now could be an area that Syracuse is able to fight for. Stars come through. Pretz goes out, but Daimyo manages to dodge out on the utility and get Pretz taken down. Still holding up towards here. Jono is out and can't land the shot. Now only Drago through the smoke. Oz is going to shut that right down, and Boise State 4 straight now. Momentum is solidly in their favor.
And this next round is a lot of ults. Like, a lot of ults are coming up, so expect just pandemonium.
Boise State has pretty much everything online, but Syracuse does as well. Steel Garden always going to be useful for these retakes. It looks like most rounds have been a retake so far. Boise State pretty much just walking in and planting the spike wherever they want. But those ultimates could at least make things a bit more tolerable for this Syracuse squad.
Yes. I think the Steel Garden, it's almost like just a free I get to take this space button. Because with like the Killjoy lockdown, you know, you have time to react.
Yeah.
But with the Steel Garden, it's just like, I hope you bought a sheriff.
Yeah, like if you don't have a sheriff, things are going to be a lot different, but it still is, especially on a map like this, on like something like B site, you can just easily plant for main.
Yeah.
So the value really, it's going to have to be earned. It's not just going to be a round winner for sure. And especially Boise State know that it's possibly coming. I wouldn't be surprised with all this money if they just bought sheriffs.
Yeah, if they paid the Vise tax and just went to the next round here.
Jonah will have an operator online. They've got the Tour de Force. Holding up, though. Cause has already kind of crept this. The mid-space immediately given away. Syracuse wanted to fight for it, but the util forced them off their positions. Owl drones from each side being committed. I guess they know that Sova's mid. But other than that, still slowing things down, waiting for a sign of potentially where to bring this spike towards.
And as Boise State just gathers information, Syracuse is getting a little nervous, not holding their positions from the start.
Yeah, mid has been essentially given up. Syracuse players deciding to stack and look at this. A hit is on the way. Convergent pass held in hand. Skies is lining it up. You can see it on the map. It hits all of back sight. but no one is actually backside unless Drago walks up, but seeing all that util, he's out of there, but he actually gets in the smoke. Drago's a little bit ahead of this.
Sneaky spot.
Gets one, actually gets traded by an operator. A good recovery from Master. That could have been bad, but still the site hasn't really completely been taken. Jono is able to play up quite a bit because of this Astral Divide. Same with Stomp. Retake is kind of ready. In goes Hunter's Fury, trying to clear out backside a little bit, but Skies, undeterred, stands strong. Cause, late lurk could be good. There goes the Steel Garden, and the fights come through. Monster takes Skelesis in the smoke. Backside is Skies flash. Perfect. Gives the heaven space though. Syracuse wanting to walk out. Monster gets it now 2v2, but the late flank is still on the way, and I don't think they expected. And with a star on point too, so much time is given. Master peeks into it, knows that they're not on the spike, and time is running out. No stars. Cause it's all on him. Half is taken. Peeks, headshot given. Is there time? There's no time once again. Cause, third clutch of the day.
Cause just keeps doing it. And I don't remember who on the side of Boise State planted the bomb, but what a good spot to plant it. You realize the Astra's down, so they can't smoke anywhere. They can't block you off, so just plant for main.
10 assists. Cause has 10
Cause
assists.
has 10 assists? Oh my.
Really, I mean, just really being a difference maker straight out of the gate. Can always count on him in those moments. And now Boise State a commanding lead, 5 in a row. Syracuse is slipping and mid has been given. They'd wanted to fight for it before, but changing their attention to A site means that Cause is already all the way up. It took him like a minute to get to this position last round, and he's already there. But they're getting active. Flash comes through. Daimyo dodges. No, get both. How does this happen? What a reaction. Monster now is going to get pinched. In goes Cause, taken down. Jono catches one mid, but it's a 4v2 with the spike planted.
And as the bomb comes down, it's looking very challenging for Syracuse. They have no real way to enter in, and the smokes can continue to get cycled by Boise State. They have a crossfire on this angle.
Decoy. Clone set up. Something creative might be cooking in the brain of Master. In goes the flash. They want to win. They want to get it now. And Drago, I mean, not much to be done with a classic. Only one left. Flash goes through. Jono fast on the dodge. I mean, you'll take that, but not much more where that came from. 6 straight now for Boise State.
I think something we saw there was a prime example of how flashes have kind of come out of the meta now, because everybody can just dodge them and one-tap you anyways.
These players are too good now to be flashed. They just, I mean, like
5 years into the game being out, just everybody's too talented.
Twice in one round.
Yes.
Daimyo dodges the Yoru flash, delivers a 2K, and Jono, I mean, it's not really as impactful, but I mean,
it's
he showed
still
he can
crazy.
do it too. Operator looking to take an early angle, goes through but misses, and that is not what you want to see. Jono left out to dry. Too many players pushing that, and in goes everything. Dimensional drift out back sight, clearing mostly everything. Daimyo tugs into the smoke. Master wants to just take this fight. There goes the flash out through the ult, but Stomp has some time. Daimyo, good angle. The smokes keep getting replenished though. Not any fights to be taken. Syracuse down 1/2 to get working soon. Health is only getting lower. Stomp taken one but traded out. Same with Pretz. Things are not going Boise State's way, but hold on, a 1v1 now. And look who it is again.
Cause.
The rookie able to get a star down. Places it. Tap comes through. And it's dead. Silence. Monster. Does he? No!
Of course!
Clutches now!
Clutches!
How can he keep getting away with it? He's so good in these spots. The nerves do not affect him.
He's had more clutches than letters in his name. What is this?
No, that's tough. That's true. I mean, he's been good for it so far, and that's what I was saying. That was what this roster kind of needed, in my opinion. Someone who you know you can count on in these kind of moments. Someone that'll make sure if things get a little wacky, the throws start to come through. There's one guy who will never throw. And it looks like that's who they have. Good damage from Skies. He's going to note quite a bit of attention here, but it's going to be Master actually who has to take the fight. Good angle up top from Skies. The flash is big, but nothing able to be taken initially, but still, kills do go there.
Oh, what? That's just wrong.
Pretz hitting that shot is insane, and, and Master hitting that shot might be even more insane. But now, once again, back to the beloved A site. And the plant comes through. Pretz is 3 HP. It's a tough round, but I mean, you might as well go for this clutch. They didn't commit that much. I'm sure they're buying for last round, next round, and gonna have to contend with these early positions. Boise State want to fight this fast, and look at where Skelesis has gotten himself into.
He's in secret, ready to just do
Paranoia
anything
misses.
needed. Jumps out thinking the Paranoia hit, and Drago just doesn't have time to turn. The crossfire is just too much.
Yeah, Skelesis breaking into spawn there is gonna provide the angle. And Boise State pretty much can do no wrong right now. I mean, what looked like I was like, wow, Syracuse coming out to play, at least in this second map, but things started to slip.
I think it's the second time we've seen Master kill somebody right before, like,
I mean, that's what happens when your crosshair placement's that good. Like, when you know the angle that well, it's like,
he just has it downloaded.
There's just a chance that any shot you shoot is going to hit.
Take flight.
Out comes the Owl drone from Skelesis, as well as the Yoru TP, looking for any information, but none is found.
Dash through. This is interesting. Information just kind of given away already. Doesn't really look like much contention. Flash is used. That's honestly kind of bad from Boise State. Lots of utility that they're not going to be able to get back. Hunter's Fury's big. It hits two. Cause taken down. That's the spike. And the rest of the team was already playing like they expected it to go down, but here comes the other Hunter's Fury. Hits the decoy. Makes Skelesis a little bit off kilter. Somehow doesn't get too much value. Actually hits two. In comes all the ultimates. It's last round. You can't leave with them. Master peeks through. Can't get anything though. Drago has to play perfect, and he does so far. Skelesis 1v4. This would be insane, and it's a little too much to ask. Syracuse on the last round, making things 8-4, 8-4. Seems like it's only one round, but that's a lot of a difference from 9-3.
Yeah, I mean, once you're at 8-4, all you need is pistol, and then it's getting pretty close to even. So just that alone is kind of something that Boise State needs to be aware of. The game is closer than it looks.
Especially with the sides changing.
Yes. We're looking at Syracuse's setup, and it seems like they're going just death ball, run it down.
Hey, it looks like they do have the potential for Jono to get a little bit of value mid. They had been showing some presence there earlier. Chamber, of course, a good person to send there, can always contest the space. But actually, it looks like they're going for a bit of a mind game. They're trying to pretend maybe they're not here, push a little later and catch Boise State out. And Daimyo's not in a great spot right now if they were to all push, and it seems like he knows. Wants to back up. In comes the Arc Rose, and that's going to tell Syracuse that at least someone's holding forward, but Skelesis good, and the high-lows here on top of each other. The players, and Skelesis is not missing. 3 headshots. Can he get any more? You know he wants to. In they go, running it down. He gets one.
Looking for
Can
the
he
ace.
get the ace? Will he get the ace? They're baiting for him. Master making noise, jumping around, trying to draw the crosshair, and he gets it. The ace. That has to be
the unbottled play of the game.
An ace from Skelesis to bring it home. That was your unbottled play of the game, presented by local dairy farm families. Perform, refuel, recover, repeat. Visit unbottled.com to learn more. And Skelesis, I mean, I wouldn't say he's necessarily been quiet this series, but I mean, an ace is pretty loud.
An ace is very loud.
How quiet you'd been before, and how loud you'd been before.
Boise State, look, they're opting for the Phantom here, and if they're thinking about it, they can get Hunter's Fury farmed up for next round. Aces on pistol are very important.
That's true. I mean, round 3, Hunter's Fury is potentially on the board. But Jono, wow, a quick pick off mid onto Master. Look, now they're kind of able to do a split push A here if they break through this door. But Skelesis and Daimyo are standing strong. They choose to fight the main. They go in and they just win it. They get it down, and now the split push is not as valuable. There's 2 through mid, but they're being accounted for, and now kind of boxed in. Skies, nice shot with that Sheriff, all down to Stomp now. Flank potentially on the board. Stomp trying to find out if he can get some space. Might catch Skies looking away. And that's not a bad kill. Turns around, fakes like he's going to A-site, but wants to peek. Cause is so ready. Everything is being accounted for, but the timing is really, really good for Stomp. Somehow now he's kind of flipped the map onto A-site with the spike. He could plant. That would give his position away, but it is important to get those credits, get the ult orb. Plant comes down. Now Boise State knows where he is.
And in this 1v3, Stomp needs to be looking for early kills. Once everybody collapses on him, it's kind of just over.
Daimyo's out on site and Knife out, not gonna be able to get it. Stomp, a good plant, got his team some extra credits going into these future rounds, which they're certainly gonna need.
And
Boise
here
State
is that
continues.
round 3 Hunter's Fury.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Skelesis already has Hunter's Fury. If they choose to use it next round, I mean, that's some ridiculous value.
Yes, and like, if you look at the economy right now, it's like just off the round number. It's supposed to be in Syracuse's favor, but the tab button is telling me something different. It's telling me that Hunter's Fury shuts them down completely and they don't even need to use it.
I mean, it's true. Like, sometimes you have it and you're like, well, I got it. Like, I might as well use it. But they already, Syracuse, they weren't able to buy full this round, and things are already not in their favor. Maybe even better to just save it, even though you have it so early. Syracuse want this round to come to them. Yeah. No space taken so far. Owl Drone might. No, Skies doesn't even. Skies has a chance now. Cause and Skies high-low are going to incinerate Stomp. Take him right back to the gray screen. And Skelesis, other side of the map, nothing is working for Syracuse. Every door is being slammed in their face, and that could have been another monster taken down so low with the dink through the smoke. Skelesis is going to keep spraying. Surely out goes everyone. Daimyo's the one to take him this time, and all onto Jono, who's going to get nothing. Daimyo hitting some nasty shots. I mean, Syracuse just in a tough spot. Like they can't walk out into these players holding. It's not gonna work. But the util slowing it down isn't working either. Boise State, this is a strong look. This is what you wanted to see.
This is a strict grasp on just what you're supposed to be doing. Just give them no space. Out comes the early recon bolt. And this is the 4th round in a row where Syracuse has thrown that arc rose. Daimyo was ready for it.
Wow.
Walks up and deposits 200 into his account.
Just annihilates him through the smoke. I mean, why not? I guess that's why not. Stomp is
Stomp
ready
showed
for
us
it.
why.
But still 4v4, not what you really want to see. I mean, it is attack favored, but with how split Syracuse is, they don't really have an advantage. Can't really overpower. And look how far Skelesis is up. Master holds down A. Pretz gets things back on the other side of the map, but if Skelesis keeps going, he's going to find the spike. He hears Stomp, and oh no, Spike taken down.
Stomp living up to his name.
His footsteps so loud. Skelesis is ready, and he's ready for more. He can do no wrong so far. Wait,
inventing a lineup.
Wait. It gets taken out immediately, but the rest of the team is here to fight. Master, so strong on the outlaw. The shorty through, and he gets it. 3 again for Master. And it's a Bronco takeover, a stampede down, chasing them into their spawn. Boise State look They look scary, man.
Yeah, just Master showing you the 1-2 on that Outlaw.
Syracuse, once again, I mean, I would have almost liked to see them use their timeouts a little earlier, because even if you unlock like the secret method last round, it's
You
like
have to do it perfectly.
You don't really have a lot of margin of error, and maybe they can work through something, give themselves a bit more of a fighting chance. But Boise State look procedured, and they look ready. They look like they know what they're doing. I mean, every player looks liable to have big rounds, big moments, and I mean, they look like they should.
Yes, they look like a team that's just everybody knows exactly what they need to do and are just doing it. I don't know how else to describe it. I think it's a result of the increased competition to be on the team
and the vibe level.
And the vibe level, just both together, it's too much for Syracuse.
Looking now to take it home with a decisive win, probably giving themselves the best round differential in all of the PEC if they were to win this round. Hunter's Fury still online, and it's going to be a bit more valuable now. But look, Boise State, they know that they're not going A. In, up, mid, Skies pushes Paranoia into, but Monster takes that and actually escapes. But Daimyo still takes the space, even if the kill doesn't go their way. Stomps Dimensional Drift, wants to go up towards B. Cause is going to be noted, and the rest of site cleared. Syracuse still so late, though, and look at this look at this teleport. It's so perfect. It's right in between.
Oh my.
Everything Daimyo.
How do
Trigger
you keep
discipline,
finding
one.
these plays?
Oh, but the second not
Narrowly
there.
misses.
Jono turns so perfect. But I mean, one is decent, but Boise State down a player. Have to get this retaken. Out goes Cause. Pulls back the star. Jono somehow dodges the ping, though. Monster through. Gets the Yoru back. Turned. And Drago not quite found. Peak coming through main. Hunter's Fury being utilized. Trying to clear out backside. And in it goes. Taken solo. Sprayed through the smoke. Might find something, but not quite. Boise State space gained, and the plant's not super great. You can only see it from where Drago's playing. If someone holds this, Arc Rose through. They're not peeking. Out goes all the utility. Now everyone so low for the orange Skelesis. Sticking, not gonna find anything is Syracuse. The defuse comes through, and Boise State win a decisive 2-0 against Syracuse to bring it home for the Broncos.
Those were dominant games. I mean, we came here expecting good, just nothing crazy Valorant. And maybe we got a little crazy, but it was definitely good Valorant.
Yeah, I mean, they did exactly what they came to do. They looked, I mean, scarily disciplined, a lot more than I'd been used to seeing from Boise State, and that is, I mean, everyone contributing. And man, I gotta talk about the rookie. I mean, Cause, I wouldn't be mad if you said that he was the impact player, like the MVP of this one.
A lot of those rounds, it's like, oh, I mean, if Syracuse wins this, they win the next two, or they have a chance at it. And instead, it's just like, no. Cause is just there to clutch it.
But now, I mean, Valorant has evened the score this week against Syracuse. We'll have to see if Smash can take it as well. And that was a great game. I mean, yeah, better than I expected from Boise State. Syracuse still looking to get some things sorted out in their PEC season. And thank you all for joining us. That was a good showing. And join us tomorrow for some PEC Smash Bros. See if we can close it out. And we've got a top 5 plays, and there were some good ones this game.
There's a lot to be in the top 5 there.
We'll close you out with the top 5, and thank you all. So far, Dimensional Drip, Stomp is going to note Master just standing out in the open here. And Daimyo, they know that Daimyo's peeking. Everything starts to go down. Master gets one, though, and it's just on to the operator. Jono jumps on to Stomp, headshot, but does he know about the second? This is important. Cause peeking doesn't look like he knows that Jono is right. There he hits the shot! be the unbottled. Peeks into it, knows that they're not on the spike, and time is running out. No stars cause, it's all on him. Half is taken, peeks, headshot given. Is there time? There's no time once again anymore. You know he wants to. In they go, running it down. He gets one.
Looking for the
Can he
ace.
get the ace? Will he get the ace? They're baiting for him. Master making noise, jumping around, trying to draw the crosshair, and he gets it. The ace. That has to be. Flashpoint actually stalls out their push for a little, as well as the snake bite makes it so they can't pursue, but in they go, and out they go. Skies and Daimyo set up and now running in, knife out, and he gets it.